DFS Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We're looking for the Tuesday 8-game main slate over on DraftKings. Grande, pretty big slate here. Some top names on the board. SGA, maybe Kate Cunningham, Karl Anthony Towns, some teams on back-to-backs. Some matchups certainly worth targeting here. Kind of a fun one, I think, as we continue to kick off the beginning of this week.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That's how your Monday went, huh? I saw the Jordan Hawkins news, but I think he was pretty rather chalky. Paolo Banchero, this guy scores 30 actual points, can't come in the over fantasy points that I took, the 43.6. He had 41. So that was kind of painful for me over on the underdog streets. But you know what? We turned the page. We got SGA, $11,200 against Sacramento. We got Cade Cunningham here, scratched the other day. He gets San Antonio at 10-5. Trae Young gets Houston. LaMelo against Orlando. Steph, maybe $9,100 against Miami. He did travel with the team, so we'll see what happens there. Let's just get into it. Thoughts on point guard?
Yeah, SGA is definitely interesting. You know, more so, I would say, if J-Dub and Chet both don't play, they're both questionable for this game. So there's just a higher ceiling. He wasn't great against the Clippers. A lot of teams do that against the Clippers, but
it's one of his worst shooting performances, saved by the free throw line. So
saved by the free throw line. Don't talk about SGA and free throws. You'll get those calling him a free throw merchant out in spades. Even though the Thunder are like dead last in free throw attempts per game.
Yeah, I saw the flopping. That's part of the game, right? Who cares? That's what you get. You get the foul calls, man. James Harden averaged like 20 free throw attempts per game for a year. I mean, like, what are we doing here?
James Harden, very good. If Cade plays, obviously it's an elite spot. Definitely interested in Cade. Trae Young continues to be awesome. He's making a lot of shots. He's getting to the foul line more. And that's all we've ever asked of Trae Young. Tough spot, but, you know, if you want to get to Trae Young, he has a ceiling. I liked LaMelo the other day. Just didn't make shots. Everything else was, like, pretty solid. Live and die by LaMelo making shots, basically, from now until forever. And then Steph, even if he plays, kind of no thanks. 9,100 in Miami. I know Miami's been like a bad team, but they're also like so slow, and this game is not going to be exciting. And you know, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Chalk feels like it's going to be Darius Garland here, right? No Donovan Mitchell in this game against Portland. $8,000.
Yeah. The groin for Mitchell has played terribly, so not really surprising to see this. He sat, I believe, the last time because they played Portland, and they played an overtime game, and Garland played a bajillion minutes, couldn't make any shots, but I believe same situation. There was no Donovan Mitchell in that game either. So yeah, $8,000 for Darius Garland is a very, very reasonable price in a very, very reasonable spot.
Yep, agreed with you there. Other guys in this mid-range, I mean, Dinwiddie had another good night. It is New York. You'll have the Portland guys opposite Cleveland here. Pajemski, I know we don't love any real Miami matchups, but 63 for him. FEV down to $6,200. Utah guards. What do we think here? Anybody stand out to you?
I don't like if Stephon Castle plays. I don't hate it. Obviously, he left in the Toronto game. Is listed questionable with the knee. If he plays, I'm good. I mean, I'm interested in going back to the Dinwiddie well. We've already been told there's going to be no Anthony Davis in this game.
Yep.
They played Dinwiddie 29 minutes. He had 16, 12, and 4 steals. Kind of our worst nightmare, though. They played 10 guys, and nobody played more than 31 minutes. Dinwiddie played 29. Like, that's I think that's them looking at the situation, be like, wow, we actually have 10 guys. Let's play everybody.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if that's what the minutes look like, because they're going to have 10 again. They're going to play Kessler Edwards tomorrow in his final day of his 2-way contract. They sat him on today. So we'll see. Maybe they sit Brendan Williams tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. If they sit Brendan Williams, then I'd be more interested in Dinwiddie, but he could be interesting in tournaments. Portland is fine if you think that they, which I do think they can, like just score with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Simon's just been so inconsistent. I'd probably lean Shaden of the two. Pajemski, if Steph sits, is definitely in play. He's been pretty awesome, especially scoring. He's been really good scoring, really good shooting the three. It's not something he had been doing well earlier in the year. Fred VanVleet nuked the slate and then had a Fred VanVleet game, and that's what he does. Like,
optimal spot against Detroit, 42 minutes, nothing. Miami, terrible spot, nuked it.
9 for 11 from 3. I mean, it's just what it is. He is really cheap, and he's going to play a lot of minutes. So if you think that VanVleet makes shots in this game, we know the Great Bear Thief is guarding Jalen Green. He's not even going to sniff Fred VanVleet. So
it's Trae Young.
That's Trae Young. That's Trae Young assignment all night. So that is advantageous for Fred VanVleet. Who knows with Utah? Question mark. I mean, Keontae George took 7 shots last game. Just absolute nightmare. But they did rule out Larry Markkinen already. So, that's what it is. You can play some Utah if you want, but that's the least exciting thing I've probably ever said on the show.
Yeah. Memphis. Scottie Pippen, 5K. John Morant already ruled out.
Yeah, he continues to be really good. They keep losing. They keep losing games, but Pippen's been good. Same thing with Kennard. Like, Kennard has a pretty high ceiling. I lean Pippen for sure, but I'd play both of them. And then same thing goes for Schroeder. If there's no Cade Cunningham, we just play Dennis Schroeder as well.
I agree. Any other value? There's Chris Paul down here at 47. Again, maybe no Castle kind of helps him out there. Ty Jerome will have no Donnie Mitchell. We'll have some Cleveland plays here that may pop. Jerome we like to go to. We'll see what happens here. He's obviously really good off the bench in his typical role. $4,400 for him. Anything else for you?
Yeah, I liked both the shouts, Chris Paul. I mean, that value tier is absolutely loaded from Pippen to Chris Paul, especially if Castle sits. Campaign at 46. They've already ruled out Miles McBride in this game. So Campaign played 30 minutes the other day. He had 31 fantasy points. It's basically what he's been doing all year. He's over a fantasy point per minute. So Campaign, Ty Jerome.
How can I not
see 4,600. He's 46.
46. Okay, I was like 36.
$4,600. So like that whole stretch of players, including Jerome, are all like incredibly appealing. I don't think there's anything else necessarily. They played Marcus Sasser 26 minutes in that game without Cade Cunningham. For what it's worth, Asar Thompson played 9 minutes because he had 4 fouls and just like worthless in that game.
Yeah.
So if Cade's out, like Sasser could be extended, but that's probably it.
Okay. Shooting guard we go then. Desmond Bane's your top price guard against Utah. He's $8,900 here. Shooting guard only, which is kind of unfortunate. Keeps losing.
It is.
Dual position eligibility. Wagner finally had a game against the Lakers. Took him forever to do it, but he got there. $8,800. I don't want to pay it. If he beats me again, he'll beat me again. That's fine. Vassell, 7K. Again, Detroit's a tough defensive spot, but Vassell's there. I don't know. A lot of these guys we've kind of discussed. Is there a name that we have or haven't talked about that you like here at shooting guard?
Mikal Bridges.
Sure.
He's been really good of late.
Finally. 6 first-round picks.
Yeah, 6 first-round picks. Hey, I guess if you're the Knicks, you'd rather have it now than never. At least heading into or heading into the postseason. I think that's probably the best time.
Show us you aren't a complete failure, please. Just do something.
I mean, he's having a really good stretch. Peripherally, he's playing a lot of minutes. The shots falling. So if this is going to be the Bridges, Sands, Miles McBride, and Jalen Brunson, already short rotation, then Mikal Bridges shooting guard small forward makes a lot of sense. Talk Pajemski. Then you get to like the low fives. I mean, LeVert has played good minutes, played a lot of minutes on the back-to-back. If you want to play LeVert,
Moody, Beasley, that whole crew there. Probably.
Yeah, LeVert, Moody, Beasley. We talked about all these point guards that also have shooting guard eligibility. They're going to be so popular just with their dual eligibility. Jaime Jaquez got DMP'd because he's banging Eric Spoelstra's ex-wife.
Well, his ex-wife came out and said that wasn't true, but you know what?
Oh, allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. Well, he's no longer playing.
Coincidence, at the times of these things.
He looked really good last year, John, and
and now we know why.
And now he's not playing. I got Sam Merrill.
Yeah, I said you got the Cleveland guys, maybe, I guess, right?
Make shots.
Did Sasser play extra minutes there? Sasser got 26 if Cade's out.
Maybe not. Have just talked about that at point guard.
All right. Sorry, missed it. Small forward. Butler 87. Got him who let me down big time the other day. Took the over 14 rebounds and assists. Hit the over on the assist, didn't rebound. Just did not rebound against him.
Yeah.
So that one stung. I could have taken the over 7.5 assists in cash, but didn't do that one. Wood, revenge game in Miami buckets. I mean, if there's ever a guy that is a spiteful SOB, Jimmy Butler is that guy. So I could see a big game coming here out of Butler. So at $8,700.
I played the fifth.
Okay.
You
just don't want to play this matchup, or what is it?
It's fine.
Okay.
If there's anything like if I hear that he is treating them like he treated the Minnesota Timberwolves first team when he was playing with the third unit, then I will play some Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Also, I'm not paying that price if Steph returns, just might add.
Why? He was putting those numbers up with Steph.
A couple times.
All right. Well, you got him up top, and then you go down to the mid-tier. Amon's 82. PJ Washington, 81. No AD. Got small forward eligibility because he played one game there, starter. We'll take it. I'll take the small forward eligibility. Josh Hart, Najee Marshall. Denny has been a monster. $7,700. OG, I'm always a fan of. Is 69. Nice.
Yeah, PJ, Amen Thompson, both those guys stand out for sure. Denny has been, he didn't even make shots the other day, and he still was a beast. So for sure, Denny, OG's looked really good. He's in one of those like, look, I'm scoring and I score max fantasy points every time I score because I do everything else. We know what the floor looks like, but we also know if he scores the basketball, he has a high ceiling. So they're asking him to score right now. He is doing a good job there. I like OG. Let's see. Wiggins coming off maybe the game of his life game the other day.
Charlotte put up a good fight there.
I'm sure he'll put up a good fight if you want to talk revenge. He's in that revenge narrative too.
Shea didn't play anything.
Yeah, he's not playing minutes anymore. Shay's been playing minutes. You want to talk about someone actually playing?
Sure.
We're finally playing Zachary Shea. He's also scoring the basketball at a pretty good clip. Another guy though, like sometimes too scoring dependent. When he does other things, there's a ceiling.
Yeah.
Because like, how do you score 16 actual and have 18 fantasy points? I don't understand that.
Oh yeah, we see that's definitely the downside sometimes. But I like the shots. I like that he's making the shots, right? So
like the shots for
those
sure.
Those are certainly positive things there. Keldon 46. Ron Holland broke the slate the other day. I don't know what. First guy under 25 to have a 25-5-5 game, something like that. I think the tweet was.
Hey, he was a lottery pick,
It was
super high lottery.
That's. I mean, I don't know.
That was a SAR foul trouble.
Yeah, well, that happens.
And that definitely happens. And hey, if they go to him and because they don't have Cade and they need more offense, then sure.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Maybe since most minutes are off the cliff, Julian Champagny. Julian Champagny was crazy the other day, but he does that every so often.
The Champagnes do that, you know?
The Champagnes do that when they actually get to play. Vince Williams played 23 minutes the other day. He took 11 shots for no reason at all, but he was 2 for 11.
Vince Williams is everything you said he was last year.
Not a good shooter.
Not a good shooter, yeah.
Wait, the 23% is from 3 is
last year he just didn't miss. You're like, he's not a good shooter. He can't just keep scoring this way. And then he did, and you're like, I don't know, maybe. All right, man, I don't know. Maybe he figured it out. Not this year. He's not making it.
Well, like that. If he was a good shooter, he would have not been a second round pick. You know, it's like I remember at the beginning of the year, JJ Redick did an interview and was like, if I knew Ryan Dunn was going to make shots, I would have drafted him. And he's like, obviously, I'm kidding. Obviously, he wasn't, because then he tried to trade Dalton Connect. But like that is, I feel like, how they view it, right? Like these 3-and-D guys or these defensive-minded players, if they just make shots, they're first-round picks.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else in small forward?
No.
Okay. Power forward we go then. AD is not playing. You have Banchero against Charlotte on a back-to-back at 98. Bridges on the other side of that matchup. But we do have Mobley, $8,500 without Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
Good spot for him against Portland here.
Yeah. He's a very good basketball player.
Is it he or Allen that have the better numbers without Mitchell? I feel like we go through this a few times.
I think it's Allen because Mitchell and Mobley are the package, and then Allen and Garland are like the package.
Okay.
They like share the floor a lot together. So I'll confirm right now, but I do believe that it's Jared Allen.
Okay.
Like
one of them smash when Mitchell's off the floor, and the other one does well when Garland's off the floor. So
yeah, I think it's that way. Like Mitchell off, and all right. Let's see. Evan Mobley baseline 1.3 fantasy points per minute. Jared Allen. So Mobley's at 1.44 fantasy points per minute. Jared Allen 1.3. So they've actually now both just absolutely smashed.
Okay. Well,
Cleveland has 4 guys: Mobley, Jerome, Garland, Allen, all over 1.3 fantasy points per minute without Donovan Mitchell on the floor.
Seems useful.
Very. Extremely.
All right. So Mobley would be the guy that I'd probably play here against Portland. Bam's at 82. I guess if Jalen Williams is back, but I'd rather play Mobley. I think Bam at $8,200.
Yes.
Triple J's down to $7,800 against Utah. Can this man
I'm just gonna play him. I'm gonna play him.
Man just not disappoint us one time.
I'm playing him. Whatever.
He has been atrocious fantasy wise.
I'm absolutely playing him. I'm telling you right now. I don't care. I'm playing him at 7,700 or 78. This is crazy. I'm playing him. I don't care.
Against Utah.
Nothing you can say will talk me off of this ledge. I am going down with the ship at $7,800.
You can always play Santi.
No.
Okay.
They're too close in price.
They are. I mean, honestly, they are. Give me a $5,400 Santi. Can we one time?
They're too close in price.
Is Kessler out already? Walker Kessler? Or is he playing? Can we play Kyle Filipowski is my question.
Walker Kessler is playing.
All right. That's unfortunate.
They've been starting him at power forward.
Yeah, he got 29 minutes. Does he get if Filipowski gets 30 minutes, we could probably trust it. Does he get 30 minutes?
That I have no idea.
Impossible to know, right?
That I have no idea.
You have Toby, always steady and secure. Kuminga's good off the bench, but not enough minutes there. Sohan, 56. 20 minutes
Yeah,
left.
dude, I tweeted it. I tweeted it the other day. I don't know if they were trying to, like, what the reasoning was that they decided to start Bismack again. I guess 11 for 17 with 23 and 9 wasn't good enough for them. But yeah, if Jeremy Sohan's starting, I'm in. But if he's coming off the bench at 56, which again, I don't understand why he was coming off the bench, but
yeah,
coaches are the smart ones.
Agreed. Hunter's been good, 5K, no Mitchell. Niang was really good the other day. Back-to-back games now, 20 plus actual for Niang.
Yep, really high ceiling, really low floor.
Really low floor. Mamu bounced back. 25 after his 8. I mean, we knew this game was coming, right? We absolutely knew that was coming.
Yeah. He is a sick fantasy player. He is a sickening fantasy player.
How many players can go 13 of 14 for 55 fantasy points one night?
One player.
1 of 4 in 13 minutes the next, right? Like
literally one, because it's only happened once. So him, he's by himself.
Mamu by himself. Anything else? Value power forward?
I hope not. Oh God, I hope not.
Center. Towns against Dallas at 10K.
You know what? I'm circling back to your Santi point.
He's good.
Because I realized Brandon Clark is done for the year.
Yeah.
So the Aldama minutes are so secure. I just wanted to revisit that conversation.
Okay. No, listen, I'm Team Santi. The 6,400 is not a bad price tag. It's 32 fantasy points for 5X. So
I just wanted to get back there to that place because I just thought about it when I saw Brandon Clark.
And if Jackson somehow gets in foul trouble, like Santi plays 40 minutes in this game. So
Yep.
All right. Now to center. Towns against Dallas feels like just a go-ahead spot. I know Kai Jones has been good, but
boy. I have played Karl Anthony Towns every game. This past week, they had 4 games. I played him all 4 of these spots. It has been the most unfun thing I could have done. Because there's
he's been good, but he hasn't been dominant, right?
Yes. He's been real life, dude, 31. He gave Washington 31 and 11. Like
not enough.
Not enough.
So,
but I agree. Like he should smash. No Brunson, no McBride. Should be great in theory. He's great. Sorry, I'm crashing out, John. I'm crashing out.
I got you. All right, so we got that. Towns is there. Can always play Sabonis or Şengün, 92, 9K. All those guys are always fine. Again, you can play Mobley here. Okongwu had a really big game the other day. He's got the Houston matchup on the other side at 76. Duren, we just keep going back to this well. He keeps being great in his 29 minutes that he sees. He's $7,200. You do have Walker Kessler. They're going to play him 30 minutes. Like there's ceiling there. Or what do we think here?
Yeah, but as soon as you click it, you get the 15 in Washington where he's taking 6 threes a night. And
you warned me of this game though. You told me not to play him that day, and then every other day has been good. So.
I know, but that's what I don't understand. That's what all these teams tonight. Emmanuel Quickly, Scotty Barnes, 26 minutes. Don't play the final 8 minutes of the game, and they have been playing 30 every night. It is impossible to actually feel comfortable clicking some of these teams. Utah is right at the top of the list because suddenly Walker Kessler's whole approach. Dude, he's taken 26 threes over 5 games.
Yeah.
He has taken 32 the whole year. So that means before these 5 games, he took 6. Now his whole strategy has changed. He's just taking threes. It's a nightmare. Everything about Utah is a nightmare. I've never seen tanking in plain sight like this. Khalil Ware, $5,500. Has been really good lately. I really like some Khalil Ware here. It's hard to ever fully trust the minutes. He didn't close this game either in Charlotte. But look at all the games lately that he's been extended. I mean, every game he's been extended in basically his whole existence in the NBA. He's been really good. If you look through the last 2 months, every time he gets extended, he's been great. So I'd go to Ware. I don't know. I'm assuming they would need Klingon here, but Why does Jeremy Grant have center eligibility? Not that he's going to play, but I just can't believe I'm looking at Jeremy Grant with center eligibility.
You got that. Kai Jones is 50.
Yeah, Kai Jones. He was actually playing. What did he end up with? Because he was playing well with AD today.
Yeah, he almost doubled.
He almost doubled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 16 and 8 or something, maybe something like that.
Wow, he had 16 and 8 playing alongside Anthony Davis, huh?
Is that accurate? I thought I remember
12, 13 and 9.
13. Okay, I was close.
13 and 9 with a steal.
Okay.
Which 20.
I got like a push notification being like, Kai Jones shot 100% from the floor tonight with.
Yep. 5 of 5, 3 of 5 from the foul line. I mean, yeah, if he's 5,100, we already know there's no AD.
Hey,
sure.
I'm glad this dude was able to overcome whatever mentals that were plaguing him there, because he's been on the floor and he's been really good.
Agreed.
Really good for him. Jay Will.
Dude, he's a psycho.
Playing time.
He is a psycho. Yeah, I mean, if Chet is out, like we didn't mention Hartenstein either. Dude, Hartenstein has been a freaking
and Jared Allen's right under him. We didn't.
And Jared Allen. That's our bad. Hand up, our bad.
We got caught talking about Walker Kessler after I mentioned.
Yeah, what a see. This is what
I threw us off. I know I threw us off talking Utah. I get it.
If Chet's out, for sure, Hartenstein. He's been a monster, and Jared Allen is a monster. Less likely to be taken off the floor when there's a blowout or when there's a starter out. But I will mention, John, he only played 26 minutes in that first Portland game that went to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Allen's the one guy that concerns me in those situations.
Right, because if Portland goes small,
Jared Allen is gone. Yeah, Evan Mobley's way more versatile. Yeah. So that would be my only concern. Only one.
Sure. It was not a good Wendell Carter Jr. day today.
Whoa. Who knows when that dude is going to
But it is Charlotte, so maybe
it
now.
Is.
Maybe it is. Anything else?
What do you make of Houston playing Steven Adams 20 plus minutes in 3 straight games?
Priming him up for the playoffs, maybe.
Look at that Denver game. Denver game.
I know. I mean, dude, Steven Adams is a good player. Just kept on getting hurt.
He has been a very good player for a long time, for sure.
Like, this is definitely his role now. He's definitely just a good playoff backup bench guy, right? Like,
yep.
You know,
great guy to have on your team. Great guy to have on your team. Yeah. If you're on a fight,
he can give you
perfect email guy.
Right, he's humongous. He can give you, like reliable, solid, hard minutes off the bench in playoffs. Mm-hmm. You know, so just
setting really good screens.
Dude, the Lakers would sell their kidney to have Steven Adams on, right? Like, yeah, something of that caliber. They would do anything.
You mean Alex Len wasn't a good waiver pickup there?
No, and I know we've picked on that Lakers center room 20 times, but how do you bungle that? I mean, you traded for Luka, traded your front court for him, and then you couldn't figure out.
They did.
No, but then they were the ones who canceled it, knowing they had no backup plan.
That is a little strange, and he's just out here playing every day.
Crushing, like, I don't know. All right, let's anything else? Dart throw, Isaiah Stewart always, because why not? 3,500.
Yeah, he gets his 18 minutes, and
some days he gives you 25, some days he gives you 16. So
yeah, if he goes for 25, he's in a lot of winning lineups.
Yep, $3,500. All right. Where do we begin? Mobley, I feel like pretty good, pretty safe.
Yeah.
And then you're playing Triple J. Please.
Don't bring everyone down with me. Do Scottie Pippen. Listen, I'll lose all my money. We don't have to lose the viewers' money too.
Well, hopefully they tune in at 5 o'clock and they get the updated lineup. They're not just plugging this in now and like.
Well, I'm gonna be playing Jaron Jackson.
Well, yes. Well, that is true. You're not actually moving off that play. That is. That's fair.
I will be adjusting my lineup around Jaron Jackson.
Mm-hmm. All right, small forward, 6K, small forward, guard, forward, utility. We don't really have a spend up yet.
It's a good amount of money. I like that. 6K.
Cade at the guard spot.
Yeah. What would we pivot to if he doesn't play?
Schroeder. then have a lot of money. And then have a lot of money.
That's a good point. No, it's a valid. It's a valid point. Yeah, it's a valid point.
But 4,500 doesn't actually give us a lot of money to play around with here. So
4,500.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Riche, Keldon.
Julian Champagny. I don't know if we wanted to. I don't know if we'd want to, but he's obviously very cheap.
He is. That's fine. We like the Champagny Bros, so I'll play for the sake of this lineup. $4,900 for forward and a util.
Like you said, this lineup could look vastly different.
It most likely will look vastly different when we come back around here, but just kind of give you a thought on where we could go, I guess.
You know what? I didn't realize this. I forgot that it wasn't just Cade. Tim Hardaway got hurt in that game too. That was also why Holland and Sasser
played so many minutes.
Yeah, Asar was in foul trouble. Hardaway got hurt, and no Cade. Man, Detroit could look like the best team on the board tomorrow if Cade doesn't play.
Yeah,
and Hardaway doesn't play. They would look like the best team out there. Not saying it. Yeah, I am struggling.
Jerome, and then
you play like Chris. Yeah, I was gonna say Jerome, Chris Paul, like any of those. Levert.
Yeah,
is Levert a forward?
Yeah, $300 up there. All right, example lineup that we are making here on Monday night: Pippen, Payne, Champagny, Jackson, Mobley, Cade, Levert, Jerome. We will get injury clarification throughout the day. We'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern time to do it all over again with some updated news and notes. Justin Carlucci will be on your playbook. Till then, everybody, good luck with your research. Drop us a comment in the comment section. We'll talk to you later.